Hey kids, how's it going? Today we're going to be looking at Yellow Submarine, which we've been doing already at school. Sorry for the delay in this video. I've got lots of videos to do and I got loads done last week, so I can finally get Yellow Submarine done today. So we're going to go through the chorus, the chords of the chorus, and then we'll go through the verse. So here we go. So if my head disappears, that's because I'm coming close to the screen so you can see what I'm doing on the ukulele. But let's get on with the chorus, which is really easy. We are doing G and D, aren't we? So if you can remember your G chord, guys, so what you've got is you're on the 2nd fret, your first finger on the 2nd string down, which is the actual, it's called the C. Good children eat apples. Put that on there. Put that one there. Put that one there. Start that again. There. Remember, it's like a sandwich chord, guys. Remember we talked about that. One here. Make sure it's at the end. One at the bottom on the same fret. So those two fingers are on the 2nd fret and that one in the middle. Let's give that a strum. You want to be able to hear the ring for all of those. So you've got that chord, and then you've got the one which is easy to get to, but is tricky to do, which is the D. The reason that's hard is because you've got to flatten over the top string, and then the next two there, so like that. So this is where the thumb on the back, really got to press in. Really press in with that thumb, make sure it's not high or low, but in the middle. So you get a nice sound. You're not playing the bottom string. You don't have to play the bottom string, so you're just that pressure there. Parents, really important that you tune these ukuleles for your kids. I know it can be annoying and the last thing you probably want to do, because they can take quite a while to tune. But if you haven't got an electric tuner, you can get those from Amazon. They clip on the side. You tune up all the strings. Otherwise, just use like an app on your phone. I've got a really good app. Show you quickly. It's called Clear Tune. There we go. That's the app. Clear Tune. Type that into the app station place, and you'll find that. So, really good so far, guys. So let's just go through those two chords again. We've got our G, and we've got our D. So remember, G, D. Just try that. Actually try doing stuff like this, guys. It's really helped. So here we go with the counting. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 4 strums on our G, 8 strums on our D, 4 strums on our G. If you looked at it in the other way, the way I look at it, you're doing 1 bar on the G, because 1 bar is 4 beats, 4 strums. 1 bar, and then you're doing 2 bars on the D. So 2 bars is how many? That would be 8 beats. So you've got 4, which makes 1 bar. 1 bar, 2 bars on here, and then 1 bar. So, if that seems confusing, 1 bar is this. 2 bars is this. Back to G. We all live in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. And then you repeat it twice. So the whole of the chorus would go, we all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. Now, that was really good, guys. So you could work through that. Let's have a look at the verse chords, which aren't that hard either. You've already done 2 of them, which is a G and a D. So, but we've got to look at the sequence that you go through. So here we go. But what you do is you start with your D this time, So the chords for the verse are D, G, A minor, back to the D. So you've got D, G, A minor, and a D. Remember, that's your D, that's your G, that's your A minor, which is top string 2nd fret, and then you're back to the D again. So I'll go through it once, and then let's see if you guys can follow me when I'm doing it as well. Here we go. So we've got D, G, A minor, D, and then again D, G, A minor, D. In a town where I was G, born, A minor, lived a man, D, who sailed to sea and round again, and he told us of his G life, A minor, in a land, D, of submarines, D. So we sailed up to the G, sun, A minor, till we found D, a sea of green, and we live beneath the waves, G, in our yellow submarines. And what you're doing, guys, is you are doing 1 bar on each change. So you're basically going, so how much is a bar? It's 4 beats, and 4 beats is either 4 strums or counting to 4. So you could call a bar going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, but you don't necessarily need to strum for it to be a bar. It's about the beat. So you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So yeah, so you're doing, holding the D for 4, the G for 4, A minor for 4, D for 4. Then what you're doing then, guys, is, let me just double check, you are doing that sequence 4 times in a row. Now, what's nice with the verse is you could do maybe the first 2 rounds of that sequence, just 1 strum on each, and then on the 3rd and 4th you could strum 4 strums on each. What I mean by that is this, so watch this. In a town where I was born, just 1 strum on each, lived a man who sailed to sea, and he told us of his life in a land of submarines. Next 2 rounds we'll do 4 strums on each to pick the pace up. So we sailed up to the sun till we found a sea of green, and we live beneath the waves in our yellow submarines. Do you see what I mean? So that's really nice. 2 rounds, just 1 strum on each. 2 rounds, strumming 4 times. So I'll make sure I send this paperwork through to you guys, just with all the chords and stuff. But yeah, the chorus is nice and simple, isn't it? Remember, we're doing G to our D, G to our D, G to our D. And then we're doing our verse, which is D, G, A minor, D, D, G, A minor, D. Ba, ba, ba. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, Okay, kids, I hope you kind of just take your time, really. Some of you out there might be going, oh, can't remember the chord sequences. Pause My Lovely Face, pause the ukulele video, and just go through the chords. You've got to get used to going from your D to your G, A minor to D, and all that. Get that in the memory before jumping onto the next bit. So, with the words, here we go. In a town where I was born, lived a man who sailed to sea, and he told us of his life in a land of submarines. So we sailed up to the sun till we found the sea of green, and we lived beneath the waves in a yellow submarine. Go to the chorus now. G. We all live in a D. Yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. And our friends were all aboard. Many more of them live next door, and the band begins to play. We all live in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. So on that second verse, there's a bit of a trumpet instrumental bit. If you've got a trumpet, get it out. Not ready. But what you're going to do on that second verse is actually D, G, A minor, D. You actually do 1.5 bits in that. It's a bit strange, but and for the second verse. So it's and our D friends G are all aboard A minor. Many more of them live next D door. And then you're just going to do D and G of the second bit, and that's it. And the band begins to play 2, 3, 4, and you could count 2, 3, 4, and then back into the chorus again. So there we go. Okay, I know some of you get bored just strumming down all the time. With this song, there will be some strums down, especially at the start of the verse. You're just going to strum down on each. It kind of gives a bit of momentum. So obviously, like I said earlier on, sorry, I'm just looking down at my iPhone to look at the words. So at the start of it, you're just going to be obviously going, in a town where I was born, lived a man who sailed to sea, and he told us of his life in a land of submarines. And then the next 2 rounds, you're going to do strumming of 4 in each, aren't you? So we sailed into the sun till we found the sea green, and we lay beneath the waves in our yellow submarine. Okay? Now, there is a strumming method you could do, and I'm going to show you that next. So this is the strumming method, which might work quite nicely for some of you. Sorry, picking up the plectrum. So what you're doing is, imagine that you're doing 4 strums on each. Let's choose the chorus, because that's a nice and simple way of doing it. So with the chorus, you do 4 strums on the G, 4 strums on the D, staying on the D again, 4 strums on the D, 4 strums on the G. So you're doing 1 bar on there, 2 bars on your D, back there. So usually it would be like this, wouldn't it? It would usually be down, 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 change, down, 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 back to the G, down, 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 down. Now to add something a bit different, imagine if just before you changed to your other chord, you did a little flick up. So you'd go like this. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, If I did it, instead of doing the counting, doing the downs and ups, it'd be like this. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 down. Now, I know some of you have really struggled with rhythms in ukulele. It all comes down to consistency, practicing lots and playing lots. If you don't, you're never going to kind of get past that first tricky stage. So you could get some plectrums. Parents, these are really good plectrums. These are Jim Dunlop plectrums, and this one is a 0.73mm one. You could get some ones which are even thinner than that, because it all comes down to it being really bendy. So if you go for some maybe 0.60s, they've got a bit of bend in, and that will really help with their rhythms. And also, a lot of it is in the flick. It's all in the wrist action. That's where all the kind of movement comes. It doesn't come from the arm. Down, 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 down. Look at my wrist. It's all coming from the wrist. So you could try that on the chorus. Down, 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 up, down. That rhythm would work really nicely in the verse, because in the verse you're doing 4 rounds of D, G, A minor, D. 4 rounds of that. D, G, A minor, D. The first 2 rounds of it you do with single strums. The next 2 you're going to be doing with lots of down strums, and you could use the flick in there as well. So you could let's go through the verse with that. In a town where I was born, lived a man who sailed to sea, and he told us of his life in a land of submarines. You could use it here. So we sailed unto the sun, till we found the sea of green, and we lived beneath the So yeah, you could try that as well. I hope this lesson has been helpful. Just at the end of this video, I'm just going to go through the all so you can hear it all and try and play along. In a town where I was born, lived a man who sailed to sea, and he told us of his life in a land of submarines. So we sailed unto the sun, till we found the sea of green, and we lived beneath the waves in our yellow submarine. 2, 3, 4, chorus. We all live in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. And our friends are all aboard, many more of them live next door, and the band begin to play. 1, 2, 3, 4. We all live in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. There we go, kids. I hope that's helped with your playing. Again, just take it easy, go through each little bit and see how you do. Cheers.